Do every Thursday when you hear that jam, just know that the good Rev is back in the pew.
That's right. The good Rev is back in the building. A big fat shout out to all of you watching out there. I know you'll be coming on live in a moment, but we want to thank you for being a part of this. And I'm with my good man, Nono. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Rev. How have you been? How's been your week?
Extremely good. Extremely good. As always, pushing, doing what we can. Making sure we are, I wouldn't say chasing Thomas De La Rue, but kind of just gathering him and bringing him and his colleagues nearby.
That's what we do every day, Rev.
Yeah, because when you say chasing Thomas De La Rue, it sounds like you're chasing him away. So we are gathering.
Gathering.
That's right. So it's been so good. And one of the things that was supposed to happen today, I was supposed to have two guests. So can you imagine? You have two guests lined up and both can't show up.
Happened to me on Monday. Yeah.
Seriously.
Was expecting a very important VIP from one of the ministries and kind of mixed up the dates or something, according to their office.
So they said, you mean it was today? Are you sure?
We thought it was Tuesday.
And you're like, gosh, do you guys know how much hell I go through when you change these programs? Because now I have to deal with the scheduling and then the plan, and I've got this 30 minutes.
I always have this thing where there's always backup. You switch
Agreed. So I'm also the same. I also have backup, and so anytime something like this happens, we just switch. So I'm good to switch. And today we are going to be having a very interesting rant. Now, just before the rant starts, events of the week. What has been the most interesting event of the week?
Wait. Okay. I wanted to pick something else on social media, but then I'll get to another story I think that was trending yesterday from the Ministry of Home Affairs. I'm pretty sure you're following that story.
Is this the one where they said, no, we did not call him to come?
No. It's the one where the minister says a certain organization is not registered either as a political party or as a pressure group or anything.
So they've told them not to have their meeting on Saturday.
They cannot have their rally on Saturday.
And then they've said, we're having. Come and arrest us.
Public Order Act still works there, Rev.
Which is shocking, because I honestly could have sworn I heard somebody say that they're going to repeal the Public Order Act on their inauguration.
Rev, I discovered one thing.
Yeah,
you can say one thing, but once you're in the system, it's a different ballgame altogether.
They just give you that kind of speech, and normally I think the way the speech goes is something like this: boss, another issue we wanted to bring to your attention. Yes, that issue on the public order. Yes, I promised the people of Zambia we're getting rid of it. Yes, sir. We are with you on that one, sir, on getting rid of it. So what's the problem? Well, sir, the reality of the situation is that that act actually covers a number of things. Really? Yes, sir. For example, and they give you a horror story of the century.
Oh, yeah.
By the time you're done, when the journalists ask, Mr. President, sir, yes, go ahead, Costa. You did in your earlier time allude to the fact that the reality of the Public Order Act would be repealed. And so, Your Excellency, sir, we have noted with concern that we're now entering the third year, and you have not yet as such repealed this. Neither have we seen a motion taken in Parliament. Costa, what you need to understand. What you need to understand.
Rev, we are the president number 7.
7, yes. And every one of them from Mwanawasa.
If it was going to change, Rev, it would have changed.
I agree.
Some 15, 20, 30 years ago.
I agree.
So the fact that it sort of kind of plays and favors whoever is in power at that particular time.
They never do it.
They're not going to do it.
No.
And they won't do it for the benefit of anyone else who comes in office later on. Because even whoever comes in office, I don't think they'll want to touch or play around with
because they'll just tell him, sir, we need to brief you, sir. Yeah, but this thing we had promised the people. Yes, sir. But just before you do it, sir, let us just brief you on the implication. Oh, by the time I see this, Costa, you need to understand that there are dynamics at play which need to be looked at. There are much deeper dynamics. At which dynamics are? Just know there are dynamics. And that's how that story goes down the drain. So I'm amazed. I'm actually stunned, to be honest, that we still have public order and it's even being used. I'm amazed actually, and truly speaking, that's why there's that saying that says that it is the same difference. Same difference. I like that saying.
Yeah,
Same
difference.
Same difference. Like it's the same. You just, I mean, I think even the public order. Sorry, not the public order, but the other one, the one for the priest. I think that was just because some kuchosa kotunsoni chabe. Otherwise, I think that was really sent out there with all the intentions.
And then suddenly it was just a change of minds. Like,
no,
it's not gonna look
because
good.
it really went out there and became viral. Like,
Oh yes,
I first saw it with Madam Laura Mitty, then I saw it with another, then I saw it with another, and then before you know it, everybody was running with that thing. And now you know it just looked wrong.
yeah. And they pulled back. I mean, that was what, Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was an official statement from Mr. Tabo, I can forget his name, Kawana, the PS, I think, information.
Yes.
Yeah, so he did come out and say, hey, listen, we are cooperating partners with the church. Because church in my opinion, okay?
Of course, especially that church.
Catholic church.
Yes.
Very
powerful church.
When it Kosomolas, when they say we stand for the people of Zambia, just I say, wait, we've gone against these guys. Come on, let's clean this up. So you find it becomes problematic. Anyway, so today I'm actually dealing with a very, very serious topic, guys. It's actually based on one of my rants. I call this the retirement preparedness. And for a lot of you people watching, just before we get into that, I want to remind you that we have our upcoming event. If you remember last week, I featured Dr. Nellie Kangwa, and Dr. Nellie Kangwa has an event called the Real Women Summit. So if you're listening to me and you're one of those that intended to be part of the Real Women Summit, it's on tomorrow. We start tomorrow, and it's going to be at Mulungushi Conference Center from 9 to 17 on both days, Friday and Saturday. And the Real Women Summit is Dr. Nellie celebrating her birthday, but in a very special way where she gives back to society. So we've got lined up some amazing speakers who will be speaking. We have yours truly, myself, Rev Walter Mwambazi. I'm going to be speaking. We also have Dr. Akanimo Odon, who's no stranger. He's actually featured on this show in the past. He's a brilliant man, running FlexiLearn and a number of serious programs. He's going to be there as well. We have my dear elder sister, I fondly call her Aunt Sylvia, and she will be speaking on mindset change. Aunt Sylvia has been speaking on mindset change for a long time. She's going to be coming through and speaking on mindset change. We also have on Saturday other speakers who I remember. We have Dumisani Ngube of the Radical Entrepreneur. He's going to be speaking there. We have Madam Eve Banda Kumbula, human resource expert. She's also going to be speaking there. Now, these are some of the speakers that are lined up. We also have other speakers. We've got Dr. Jacqueline Mohair from the United States. She's part of the very, very powerful program that they run with Dr. Nellie on the Trinity University, and they have a number of programs going on here in Zambia, and she's going to be here speaking. We also have other speakers, so we've got a very, very interesting lineup of amazing speakers that are going to be at this event tomorrow. Now, I have mentioned repeatedly that so first of all, the meeting will be at the old venue. You can reach to me and get tickets. So I've got the tickets available. So you can reach out to me anytime and get yourself a ticket. This is in relation to the event itself. Make sure you come through and get a part of that, get a hold of that. And then on top of that, also make sure that in case you don't have a ticket right now, you can get it on, hold on. I'm going there right now. You can get it on my number. So get in touch with me on my number. The tickets are going at 650 kwacha per ticket. That includes lunch for both days. So your lunch is covered. You don't have to worry about the lunch. That's going to be 650, and you can reach it on my phone. So reach on my number. Those who don't have my number, go on Facebook. Go under the About section. My number is there. But for those of you listening right now, you can reach me on 0977 117629. That's 0977 117629. So what I'm gonna do, let me just do this because it's gonna mess me up just now. I know this. Sorry. Oh, there we go. So I was just switching off the phone so that you don't call whilst, because it's streaming and I'm trying to follow the stream. So I didn't want a situation where you lose the signal. So you can reach me on that number. If it's not ringing, don't worry. Send a message. Say, hey, we heard about the tickets. I would like to get myself a ticket. So 650 kwacha for the ticket. And it will cover the 2 days, Friday and Saturday, where you have this powerful array of speakers. We have amazing speakers on the 2 days who are coming and speaking on various topics relating to your progress and success. So I'm very excited about it, and I will certainly be there myself. I'll be speaking also there on that day. So you want to come through tomorrow. I'm one of the speakers as well. So now, having said that, so my number 0977117629. I just thought I should run that twice, and at any time at the end of the show, again, I will remind you. So let's get into the rant now, and it's called The Realities of Retirement. Get ready now, not then. Now, what I wanted to emphasize to you guys is that we need to understand that there are quite a number of things that come with the whole concept of retirement. And you know, if you're listening to me right now and you're past the age of 50, in fact, to be honest, even when you're 40, you need to start taking some of this stuff very, very seriously, because it will make a huge difference in your life. So let me drop some truth bombs, then I'm going to get to other stuff. What you want to understand, especially for those of you who get into retirement itself, I want you to understand that people respect your office, not you. I really want to stress that. No. People respect your office, not you. A lot of people get this idea that just because you're CEO today, just because you're director today, when you lose that directorship, people will still follow you. No, they won't. The only reason they respect and follow you is because you're a director at that particular moment. You wield the power of the office. But the moment the office is gone, my friend, all the drama disappears. You know, if you want to see that in real time, you go check out all the former presidents. You see it firsthand. When you're a president, everybody wants to talk to you. Everybody's after you. Everybody's doing everything. But the moment you leave that office, strangely, things change. And unfortunately, it's also true with anybody in any position of authority in an office. So remember, number one, you are no longer popular in your office. So just learn that people will not phone you. Why should they phone you? Who are you for them to be phoning you? Are you still in power?
I can relate.
You know what I mean? So just come to terms with it so that you don't get depressed. Number two, avoid going to your former office without invitation. Where it's absolutely necessary, inform an officer of your visit so that you can be received. Because they will look at you like a strange person. And many times these former officers, you find they put a person who was an antagonist to you. They didn't get on with you. So when they are there now, they want to really show you that you're a useless person because you're no longer there. So if you want not to be embarrassed, if you want not to be ignored, if you want not to be treated with contempt, make sure that you inform an officer if you need to make any kind of visit so that you can be received. At least it's just a concern. You are received, then you do what you need to do, and then you leave. Instead of you going around. And then really going to your former office is actually a no. Unless you made an appointment with that new CEO or new director, whoever it is, just don't go there. It's not your office. In fact, if it's really bad, they'll even ask, did you make an appointment, sir?
Yeah.
Imagine, huh? Painful. And then here's number 3, which is extremely important also. Know that not everyone liked you while at work, and they now have an opportunity to snub you.
Oh, yes.
So if you used to be one of those bosses, and the funny thing about life is whether you're a good or bad boss, it doesn't matter. There are people that just hate you.
There are people just won't like you.
They don't like you.
For whatever reason. They just
don't
don't
like you. You know, there'll always be somebody who do that. So this will be the opportunity to look the other side and just ignore you. You know? They'll even ask, how may we help? Your former company. Very painful. And the ones I think who suffer from this one badly are the parastatal heads, because they're the ones who've got the flashy big offices and all the pomp. So when they gotten out of those offices, they have I say they have an identity crisis. So they fail to realize kuti mwachoka manje.
Especially the ministers from the UNIP era.
Oh, is it just UNIP era?
And some from the MMD era.
All of them, boss. Even now.
A couple of them from the PF era as
well. They get confused. They don't know. So sometimes, of course, you hear this thing. No, they've got their people. Yeah, but still being ignored like hell will happen. So save yourself, Sony. Save yourself some grief, and try and just realize that you are no longer in power. You are not the boss anymore. Just enjoy your retirement. I wish a lot of our African leaders were like that. I honestly wish that a lot of our African leaders were like that. Just learn to accept the next transition of your life.
Speaking of leaders, Zuma has a new party.
Oh yes, and it's shaking South Africa. Eh?
And the Electoral Commission there had barred him from standing because he has a criminal record. Uh-huh. But there was a ruling in court a few days ago that says no, he can stand. Let him stand. So he's eligible.
You know why they're scared of him? He opened this party. I don't know when he opened it, and in the space of 1 month, it went to 6 million subscribers. 1 month.
But I always wonder, what did he not do in his 1.5 years that he was leader, that he feels he can come back and do in a different party?
I don't know. These guys, with power, I've never understood the dynamics because here I don't think we are much different. We have somebody who's saying he's waking up for 26.
I thought we're not going there, Rev.
Okay, for me, one day I can't understand these Africans. They really mystify and bamboozle me. They leave me discombobulated.
I guess it's a case of unfinished,
unfinished
work.
Nobody finishes work on that.
You haven't finished your work.
I need to go back and finish our programs. Which programs? Don't forget, it's the people who didn't finish the program who booted you out. So how are you going to come back and finish the program? Which programs? Anyway, you never know, mind, because if the people are upset, they might. Are you doing your time check?
Oh yeah, we're actually getting straight to it just now.
We'll come back and continue. You retirees, listen to me carefully when I come back. Over to you, Nono.
Thank you, Rev.
Get ready to win big with Zanaco. Save 5,000 kwacha and you could win big. Grow and maintain your account balance by 5,000 kwacha and you could be one of 55 monthly winners of 5,000 kwacha in cash prizes. But that's not all. You could be the lucky winner of a 3-bedroomed house. Start saving with Zanaco today. Terms and conditions apply.
This time check at 18:55 is brought to you by Zanaco. Accessing cash has never been simpler into Zanaco. By dialing *444#, you can now effortlessly cash out any Kazang, Konse, or Zona agent. Now, whether you're on the go or in need of quick access to funds, getting cash is made easy with Zanaco. Simply dial *444#, select your cash out to get started today. T's and C's apply. Remember, this time check was brought to you by Zanaco.
Get ready to win big with Zanaco. Save 5,000 kwacha and you could win big. Grow and maintain your account balance by 5,000 kwacha and you could be one of 55 monthly winners of 5,000 kwacha in cash prizes. But that's not all. You could be the lucky winner of a 3-bedroomed house. Start saving with Zanaco today. Terms and conditions apply.
Winani Koni Magrosari this April. Dash for your dreams with the Nkwashi Freedom Fiesta promotion, where we're giving away a heart-pounding trolley dash experience. Grab one of our promotional plots, either a 36x20 plot at 1,900 kwacha or a 46x23 meters plot at 2,700 kwacha in monthly installments, and you're in the raffle. The Nkwashi Freedom Fiesta. Terms and conditions apply. Nkwashi, soar high.
An awesome combination of music and talk radio. Radio after 6. From 18 to 21 hours.
Oh, na na. Oh, na na. Oh, them make you better. Easy like 1, 2, 3. You can make it easily. Zambia's number one. All over budget, you know my one. 4 great flavors. Packed with vitamins. Na fed my easy noodles nanga iwe. Nikonda easy, 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 easy. Nimadia easy, 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 easy. Ala nikonda easy, easy, ndawa easy, easy. Ala nimadia easy, easy.
Easy noodles, Nizi.
Available in 5 great flavors: beef, chicken, spicy chicken, vegetable, and now chicken onion.
Anytime I wanna fly loco, anytime I wanna fly international, I choose the new wing of Africa, Zambia Airways.
Hello Fuwe, hello Kasama. From the 1st of April 2024, Zambia Airways spreads its wings to the east in Fuwe, flying 3 times a week on Monday, Wednesday and Thursday, and spreads its wings north to Kasama every Monday. For reservations, email reservations@zambiaairways.co.zm.
Zambia Airways.
The news headlines every second hour
Are sponsored by Swan Insurance Zambia.
For you, for them, for life. Swan, for life.
The news headlines at 19 hours. Minister of Energy Peter Kapala has launched the Zambia Decentralization Renewable Energy Initiative. 4 candidates have successfully filed their nominations for the Luangwa Award by-election in Chama District in Eastern Province ahead of the poll slated for the 2nd of May 2024. Trade Kings Group of Companies has announced the launch of the Media Club with the aim of enhancing and strengthening its long-standing relationship with the media. O.J. Simpson, the former American footballer who was controversially cleared of double murder, has died aged 76, his family says. And in sports news, the Zambia futsal national team kick off their Total Energies Futsal Africa Cup of Nations campaign against Ghana this evening at the Sol Moulay Abdallah Indoor Sporting Arena in Rabat, Morocco. Ends the headlines.
Zambia's award-winning and most trusted news and entertainment provider. Consistently delivering unrivaled world-class radio 24/7, 365. We are Hot FM. An awesome combination of music and talk radio. Radio after 6 from 18 to 21 hours.
This Easter, enjoy amazing saving deals with the Choppies Easter Golden Eggs galore. Win a 60-second Find the Golden Egg Trolley Dash and a share of 1 million kwacha worth of shopping vouchers by buying any of the participating brands advertised in the Choppies Easter promotion. The Choppies Easter Golden Eggs galore promotion is valid from the 25th of March to the 5th of May 2024 in all Choppies stores countrywide. Terms and conditions apply. Choppies, great value for your money.
We need you to read all of this in the next 30 seconds. Is that okay?
Yeah? All of it? Do they really offer all of this?
You ready?
Yeah.
Let's give it a go.
All the goals, flashes and moments. All of Rashford, Salah and Saka. All 380 games, all in HD. Available in all the languages you want, on all the devices you enjoy. Choose the bouquet you want from all the options available. The Premier League, all on DSTV.
Is that all?
1xBet, the path to success is a high-stakes game. If you accept its rules and take a step, the winnings may exceed your expectation. Play with 1xBet. Register with promo code Davido260 and get a chance to receive up to 300% bonus on your first deposit. Use the modem 1xBet mobile app to stay connected with thousands of sporting events every day. 1xBet is regulated by the Gaming Board of Zambia. Not for person under the age of 18. Terms and conditions apply.
An awesome combination of music and talk radio. Radio after 6 from 18 to 21 hours. Rev Walter on Prosperity Insights. Now on Hot FM.
That's right, we're back and we continue with our little rant around retirement. And I know there's been some very interesting comments I've seen from a number of people. So number 4, keep in touch with your course mates as you grow in retirement, because as the saying goes, some pharaohs in Egypt may not know you, Joseph. So maibaliwa. You may have been a glorious, amazing guy at one point, but in future everybody looks at you like a stranger. Like, who are you supposed to be? And you realize that as you age, this is so true, because there was a time when people like Dennis Liwero was very, very famous.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. But you know that it's a certain generation.
Yeah.
This to my youngsters.
If you ask the Gen Z, they probably never heard of him.
I've never heard of him.
Yeah. The Gen, they call themselves Gen Z.
They're Gen Z. I don't know who Dennis Liwero is. But these were legends.
Yeah.
So the unfortunate part of life is that's how it is. So everything, you kind of become an afterthought.
Especially musicians in Zambia.
Oh, yes. They're the ones sometimes who get into serious denial.
I've seen it happen.
Yeah.
There was one who posted something about being in the game for a long time. The comments, Jesus Christ.
No, what did they say?
The comments were horrible.
Social media. What did they say?
Comments were horrible. And I just said, guys, this is a legend. This is a legend. Why are you speaking to him like that?
Serious? Sorry to ask, but who was it? It
was General Ozzy.
Yeah.
He had posted something.
And General Ozzy, wasn't he talking about or was it Mozegeta? I'm mixing
it was
these
in
two.
relation to do with some story that had appeared a week before about numbers being manipulated on
because
YouTube.
of this war between supposed war between Mordecai and Yoma.
Yes. So the comments, and I said, these are Gen Z. They probably don't know his contribution to the industry.
To the industry, correct. But it happens. So we need to understand that, keep in touch with your old guys. Build a network. Because these new people, as soon as you're out of the job, they don't care about you. So what you want to do is make sure you connect with all those old timers, because you start to notice that you're getting fewer and fewer. Like most people will be dying. Sorry to say. So because most people will be dying, the more important it is to do, especially to my alumni. So class of 1971, you need to know who you are. Any members left?
That's important.
Yeah, even class of 91.
Do you have a WhatsApp group
for the alumni? Yes, we do.
Okay.
Although it's just starting, we're really working on building to build and really give it some kick. But yeah, definitely. As for like my former primary school, that one is gone. I don't even know.
For me, I have two: primary and the secondary part. And
the interesting thing though for me is the primary is mostly like the school. It's not like the class days. It's just the whole school. So I'm former Lusaka Boys.
Okay.
Yeah. So from Lusaka Boys, there's a good number of friends who we've realized naiwe. But we never really knew each other at school because we're too young. But yeah, there are those. My former school treetops, nothing. And then Libala, yes, certainly. There's very, very good number. So we're making progress. So make sure you do that. And then attend celebration of course mates. Reunions always have a lot of fun, and it's a good chance to catch up and say,
people hate reunions, Rev.
But now you tell me why they hate
them. Do you know what's okay? For what I've noticed about some reunion is that it's almost like everyone wants to gauge how far you've gone.
Oh yeah, so that's
in your life.
Okay, but that one is
like how far you've gone with whatever.
So if you've gone far,
there's sort of this respect that you're getting from your whatever, and if nothing has happened to you in the last 30 years, Rev, trust me, no one even talks about you.
No, because I remember what was that movie, Top Gun Maverick, where the girl says that you're still a captain. Wow, I thought you'd be general by now.
Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah, I agree. No, it's very painful. But you know what? For me, I think it's very important. And then here's another point, number 6. Only a few of the people you assisted, including family members, will come around to see you often. The others, you have nothing to offer. To others, you have nothing to offer. So you can imagine. So when you're helping people, just help them.
Yeah, don't
start doing speeches. Hey,
don't expect.
Chinatandizako. Tunapeleka ku school. So so you don't want to deal with that pain. So the best thing is when you help people, just help them. If they remember you, good. If they don't, it's okay.
Oh yes.
For me, really, I have that policy. If they remember, fine. And sometimes, unfortunately, even your own children. So, but of course, if you've done a good job, your children will remember you. But I don't want to put guarantees on that, because sometimes you see if your son, especially sons, because daughters are different.
Not daughters are special.
Yeah, they remember their parents.
Yeah.
But sons, if they marry a witch,
the witch. Okay.
I know. Shots fired.
Okay.
Mayday, shots fired. But isn't it true? I'm blaming family.
Yeah, well, these wives do tend to
take a lot of
change our brothers.
Yeah, they tend to take a lot of shots.
Yeah.
And so it's a general perception out there. So that's why a wise woman knows how to manage her in-laws. A wise woman. But anyway, my point being, if you're the old guy there, just take it easy. It's part of life. It comes with the territory. Which brings me to number 7. Plan your days and follow your plan. Sometimes when you look at your uniform with all the medals, you have a feeling of emptiness. Get yourself occupied. So even if it's a garden, cabbage. And you can really tell these, people are getting old, and maybe we'll join that club when they start giving you a tour of their farm or garden. Have you seen my vegetable? That let's take you to Daddy. You just showed them yesterday.
But you have to understand, old age, Rev. You start forgetting stuff.
Yeah.
You're close to,
The other day I saw a post where they were announcing for their relative. I know what dementia is. It's very painful.
Yes.
Yeah. So one of the relatives was missing. I think he wandered away. Because normally, for some people, they get that. So they wander away and you don't know where they've gone. So it's very, very painful. Anyway, so get yourself occupied. It has been shown repeatedly that when you get yourself occupied, you are more likely to have a purpose for living and therefore be more healthy and more engaged than when you have nothing to do. If you're just sitting there with nothing to do, that can be really painful, especially where there's tragedy. If you've lost your wife or husband or spouse or something, find something to do. It will keep your mind away. And then number 8, traveling is great. So visit places of interest and enjoy your travel. So one of the things my wife and I have planned, God willing, is that we're just going to be traveling the world. Sambo enda so mwenda pa cruise mwenda 2 weeks then mwaboya so pa cruise hapa for Monga Portuguese Island South Africa hapa, you go to Portuguese Island, you come back, then from there do you have enough money mwenda ku Mediterranean mwaboya, because after all that was your money, you worked hard for it, so eat it.
Oh yes.
Leave the money that is needed for the children. Zinangu Dian coin, travel, go around all over the world. That's will go everywhere. Bora, you name it. That Zambo Zungu will just be tourists. Unless the end of the world has come and then everybody is locked up somewhere. Then that will be different. Then number 9, eat right. Enjoy your meals but cut down on excessive consumption. In fact, when you grow older, eat less at the end of the day and eat more at the beginning of the day. Yeah, don't eat heavy at the end of the day. That's going to contribute to your sickness. And number 10, do your medical checkups even when you feel healthy. So here's number 11, bonus. Never get drunk with the past glory and achievement. People forget. Instead, appreciate and focus on each day. Past glory.
Especially for soccer fans.
Yeah.
The past glory of cups that you were winning in the 90s.
So me, I want to understand. What's the story with the Man U? Me, I don't watch football, but it's
I thought we were not going to go there, but wow.
What has happened to them?
They last won. They're like us. We last won.
Who, Arsenal?
Yeah, we last won something in 2004. They last won the Premier League in 2013.
Really?
So
it's been rough.
Yeah.
Huh?
So both sets of fans have this thing where past glory.
The days of Arsene Wenger.
The days of Fergie and Arsene Wenger.
I tell you,
yeah.
It's
past
rough,
glory.
Man. It is, mind.
It's hard.
So let's continue. So here are some things you need to ensure you work on today for your retirement tomorrow. So I'm going to now name these. These are very powerful. If you're listening to me, if you've got the record button, hit the record button. If you've got a pen, start writing them down. These are lifesavers. Number 1, build your own house where you will live in your old age. Build. Now, I am talking about retirement here. I'm not talking about investments because that's a whole different story. But let's talk about the house, build your house where you're going to live in old age, because there's nothing worse than a destitute of an old man. That is so painful. Next, build businesses that will feed you in your old age. I always have a saying which annoys a lot of people. We'll open the phone lines at 1920. I have a saying which annoys a lot of people, and I always say this, and I'll say it again. Depending on retirement, so depending on a pension in this country is financial suicide. Yes. Depending on a pension for your retirement in this country is financial suicide. And I mean that. I mean it like 100%. Because, okay, so somebody's earning, for argument's sake, 8,000 kwacha a month. They are contributing and they work for argument's sake, 10 years. So they qualify for a retirement package. What is their retirement package? First and foremost, they cannot be paid until they hit 55, or is it 65? I don't know which is which. They can go on early retirement, so they get a 55. What package are they paid then? Will that money be commensurate to the rate of inflation then and their needs? My experience is a big no. That's why people like us are always reminding people that you need to get into business early. Because if you don't get into business early, or if you don't find a way to begin creating an income today, you will be a destitute tomorrow when you're no longer viable. And then what are you going to do for an income? So build businesses that will feed you in your old age. Create conveniences that will engage you in your old age. So meaning, what are the things that you would love to do, and then do them in your old age? So some people really love the whole farming thing. If that's you, great. But just find something that you can do. And then this one is very important. Build friendship and goodwill that will serve you in your old age. Do you know what goodwill is? When you build a large network of people that you've helped. When there are many people that can point their success to you. There are mentors today who will never spend a penny in their lives, because there are so many people who owe their success to them. And there are many who are willing to jump in and do something. So create friendships and goodwill that will serve you then. Ask yourself, if you're listening to me right now on radio, taking it easy, ask yourself this question: what are you building now that's going to carry you through in your old age? I'm not talking about a house. What are you building now? What lives are you pouring yourself into right now that will remember you and honor you in your old age? Now, next one. Right now, start to be relevant in your church and community so you could be reckoned with in your old age. You will be amazed. A lot of people, I know there's that saying that, oh no, it sounds funny, but it has a lot of validity. Because there are some churches, I'll be very honest. When you die, Olopo kushika ni plan. No, okay, forget about kushika. Even where to host the service is a plan. Like you have to make a plan now. Oh no, we don't have. So now we need to make a plan. Now, if you were never committed to any one church, those are the people that now end up struggling. Because of course you're dead, so it doesn't matter. But the relatives suffer because now, Pastor Shani, he wasn't our member. He never tithed here. He never gave any offering. He never gave any contributions. He was never part of any fellowship. So you find that you're almost like a vagabond, which is very sad. So I always emphasize that these communities, I know people are angry with churches. They're like, these churches, they are useless. They use people, they do this. But I always say that, you know what? Those same churches will be a very powerful support structure when you go through situations. And death, at least death, you're dead. But there are people who go through a stroke. There are people who go through a debilitating illness. There are people who go through a calamity of some sort. Who's going to be standing by your side? Your barmaids? I guess sometimes they do. But you need a network. You need a network of people that will be able to come and stand with you in your challenge. And that's why, for me, your church or community, it doesn't really matter, but as long as you're active, you are giving of yourself in that community, people will remember you and people will actually come to your rescue on your day of need. Alrighty, so we're almost done. Let me quickly finish with the old age issues, and then we can open the calls. So one, old age could be very lonely and agonizing for people, especially men who don't plan for it. So I'm telling you, no, it is so important as men to plan for it. Women tend to get away with murder because for some reason in our culture, the women are more looked after. You know this.
Oh, yes.
The mothers tend to be more taken care of. Fathers don't.
No.
And that's why, as a father, you have to have a plan. And I hope anybody listening to me really gets this one. If you don't have a plan as a father, you will die a very lonely death with nobody to support you. You will go through an agonizing period of retirement because no one will be looking your way. If you were a father that abandoned children, no one will want to deal with you. You know, I always remember Shaka Zulu. And specifically, I always remember young Shaka when he goes to Zululand to train, and I'm talking about the original Shaka Zulu, not this new one, because the original is just powerful. And so there is Shaka now being given his symbols to being a, and so Senzanga Kona there is giving him this thing, and then Shaka goes up there, breathing and all, very angry. And then he gets these things. Now, I don't have the exact paraphrase. I can only paraphrase. I don't have the exact words. And this is where I feel the new Shaka killed it, because they had to go the Zulu route. So we don't have the pleasure of powerful quotations. You know what I mean? Whereas the other one used English, which is more universal. So we can quote it, much better. So in this one, there's a powerful quote. He says, "You want me to accept this and spit on my grandmother's grave? Where were you when they teased us in the village? Where were you?" And he gave a very long list. When my grandmother died in the desert, where were you? Where were you? And then he says, "These I accept as symbols of my crossing into manhood, as symbols of being a Zulu. But this I will take by force. Up to now, I shall not be known by the name of Shaka Senzanga Gonaga Shaka." Yeah! It was the ultimate scene, and there was all this drama. But look at the hatred that Shaka had for his father because of what happened. And that's why many times, of course, there are many stories around it, but essentially, men have suffered that fate of Senzanga Kona, where their sons hated them, their daughters hated them because of what happened in the past. And so, unless that child becomes a genuine born-again Christian like myself, it's not going to happen. You will be abandoned. You will be left alone. And that's why it's so important to plan for it. Further, number 2, may you not become a liability to your children in the old age. Now, I know people don't choose to be liabilities, but you know what I mean, eh?
Of course.
Whereby you're waiting for them to send money. You're reminding them that you need your upkeep. It would be nice if you as a parent planned properly so that you don't need their handouts. There's nothing wrong with receiving. In fact, for me, it's a powerful blessing. But you know what I mean. Number 3, may your children not wish you an early death when they can't manage you again in your old age. Like there are certain parents where you say, and then number 4, an old age without pennies in your pocket is slow, agonizing death sentence. So let me close with this statement. If you really want to see yourself grow and become great, you have to understand this. Let me make a few statements. You need to be warned that there are 3 categories of people you cannot do without as you grow older: your family, people in your place of worship, and childhood friends, who include your old schoolmates or alumni. Take it or leave it. At 60 and above, loneliness kills, because the children you are working hard for right now, listening to me in the car right now or in the hotel or wherever you are, will go their way to raise their own immediate families and pursue their own destinies, just as we are doing now. And at that time, it's these people in those three categories I just mentioned: family, people in your place of worship, and childhood friends that take away the loneliness and keep you company. At 50 years and above, you have 10 to 15 years of active working life. Respect friendship and value relationships. But perhaps the most profound quote before we allow the calls is this one here. And make this deliberate, by the way, in your life. If you want to reap for a year in your life, you plant wheat. If you want to reap for a decade, you plant trees. And if you want to reap for a lifetime, you plant people. Let's take those calls now. But remember, this is serious about this retirement business. So don't be one of those that gets caught out in your older age and blame everyone.
Give us a call. The number's 0974 870 877. 0974 870 877. Okay, we have a caller here.
Hello, you're through to Prosperity Insights. Oops.
Hi, good evening.
We can hear you, but there seems to be a lot of noise in the background. Is it rain or what?
Yeah, it's been raining. It's been. Can you get me?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Yes, Rev. Good evening. How are you?
Brilliant. Who are we speaking to?
This is Kelvin on the line.
Kelvin, go ahead.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I called the show.
Hi, Ika.
But we've been enjoying the talk show, tapping from the wisdom always from.
Indeed, we appreciate.
Yeah, I think I'm just in my late 30s. So for me, Rev, this is very timely. Especially that most of the times we just go about living our lives without getting some nuggets that are very, very important. I think for me, this is more about a reminder of the steps I should start putting now in place.
That's right.
Yeah, so that as we transition in those old age, we don't find ourselves in very peculiar situations.
Yeah.
So for me, I think I really appreciate for the wisdom, for the wisdom that you are putting across, and I believe these lessons are for everyone. Yeah. And we don't have places to get such kind of wisdom, and we are so blessed to have you live to speak to us in such a way. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that call. You have come through. Let's continue taking more calls. No. Okay, so whilst we're waiting for those calls. So this is very, very important. So one of the things I always say is that whilst you're still working, look seriously into the idea of starting to think, okay, let's take the calls. Investments. Think investments. Hello?
Hello, boss. How are you?
How are you?
And then you said there is a line saying,
Sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
Okay, there's a line in Twitter.
Okay, yeah, we can hear you well though.
Okay, I'm going outside now.
Okay, please.
I was in the house first.
Okay, please
the
go ahead.
radio is on.
Okay.
Can you get me now?
Yes, we can.
Okay, this is Ishmael.
Glad to connect. Thank you, Ishmael.
Okay, can you get me now?
Very clearly. Please go ahead with your comment or question.
Now, my question was, at when you're 100 years, please, when you're 50, you get chance. I couldn't get that. But I thought you are band is something band. Okay, then what I said, keep it hot always. Since when you are coming, but I love it.
Okay.
Since you are both, I don't know what to say, but money is
okay. All right, Tambe.
Someone is in a street, and then someone behind you. Since you are not in the product, when you're in your 100 50 when you're in the 50s, whatever, I couldn't get it.
Oh. Okay. No. There's that Kambakuti. Mukafika 50, you only have 10 to 15 years to work. So you need to make sure that ndiye amene asala ndiye vyaka vasala vosebenza before mungankala retired by force. So meaning you have 15 years to put your plan together for your retirement. And then there's something I forgot to mention, that for many people who retire at 65 these days, because of the way the health has improved, Vambi end of 85. You have 20 years in retirement. So my question to you is, in those 20 years, what are you doing to live for a living?
My boss, my phone. Can't you send me your number, please?
Oh, my number. I thought I shared it. Okay, I'll tomola it just now. Mukasi is a Okay, 0977.
Let me just write.
Mama. I'll tell it to you. 11.
So please.
76. 29.
29. Okay. Now, all, thank you very much.
Yeah, most welcome, Chief. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, boss.
Wow. It's not every day.
No. It's not every day. Yeah.
Okay, let's continue taking the calls. Run the numbers. No.
Do give us a call. The number's 0974
We still can take quite a few calls.
877 0974 870 877.
Yeah, so if you have any question, any comment, any contribution in relation to retirement and retirement preparedness, this is the time to call us and let us know. And so meantime, as we're waiting for... Okay. Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Evening. Who are we speaking to?
Speaking to Humphrey.
Humphrey, please go ahead with your question, comment, or contribution.
It's just a comment.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm quite a huge proponent of what you've been talking about, largely on the part of parents turning out to become dependent of their children at retirement. I think it's an African problem. You find we raise our children as some sort of collateral to lay back on when we are now retired and not able to work.
Yeah.
We raise our children in such a way that we hope that what we have done for them, they will reciprocate, even double it up when we grow old.
Yeah.
So that's quite a dangerous mentality.
Yeah.
And looking at the way things are changing, the environment in which we live in will never be the same.
True.
Yes. So, as someone who's in my early 30s, I do not look forward to living in my child's house.
Same here.
I would rather be in my own house and die there.
True.
And I do not look forward to my children reciprocating what I give them today. You see, love is like, it's not like a tennis ball where you throw it to the one, it comes back. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
So our children did not apply or sit for an exam to be born as our children.
Correct.
So they are our responsibility.
That's right.
But they should not, I should not become their burden in future.
That's right.
So the onus is on me to do the right thing today and help them and to set an example for the future generation.
That's right.
And one more thing. I think it's wise for us to begin to avoid borrowing anyhow.
Yeah.
You see, when you're borrowing, you're eating money meant for tomorrow today.
That's correct.
And you find that we retire with debt.
Plenty.
And then it compounds everything. We turn out to be destitute, even when we've had well-paying jobs, well-run businesses here and there. Yeah.
Very correct.
So that's my 2 cents. Thank you.
Nice, Humphrey. Very well said. Actually, Humphrey has made me even remember, that one of the funniest things about retirement is that the older you grow, the bigger the expenses. You know, this new generation, all of us, we're getting married very late. So we're marrying like 25, 30 especially. So that means by the time your kids are 22, 23, getting into university, you're retiring. And so many times you find that many retirees end up with more costs at retirement, university fees, than normal. And so all the money that would have been meant for their retirement ends up going to university.
It's been spent for the kids in uni.
So they end up in destitution. That's why I'm big on retirement planning. Let's take more calls. Radio, please. Hello.
One Rev.
Yebo. One love. Who is speaking to?
Howard.
Howard, please go ahead with your question, comment, or contribution.
That was brilliant insight.
Mm.
But Rev, I think
these networks have been so bad, eh? Hello, you are breaking up, Howard. We're not hearing you. Say again.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, please say everything because we didn't hear anything.
Yeah. So I was saying that everything that you've tabulated is, I think, this is information that we young people need to start getting at an early age. Because I feel even when you mentioned 50 and you scaled it down to 40, but I feel even that is too far. I think we need this at an early age.
Yeah.
Because you never know, like you're saying. So depending on the strength of your body, maybe others 40 or 50, maybe you find that maybe the body is not as strong with others. So I feel whatever you've laid down. But I don't know. I'm a church person, and I don't know. And especially, I feel this should be more emphasized, like the church people, because I see a lot of people just lazing about. People want to choose what to do. People don't to just to diversify their chances of doing business or expanding their circles and everything. So I don't know, but I feel whatever you've laid down, whatever you've spoken there, I don't know if there's a way we can package it. And maybe make it a message or just I don't know how those points. Because me, I need those points. I don't know where to find
I'll tell you something. It's good that you've raised this. I wrote a book some years back in 2016 called The 7 Principles for Financial Prosperity. Very, very powerful principles in which I laid out a very powerful strategy for becoming either an average investor or a sophisticated investor, how you go about that. All that stuff, I've put a course together online. So if you reach out on my number, I will share the course. The course is $550. It's 6 hours of this content. Very powerful in video form before a studio audience, complete with a workbook, the book itself, and what we call a financial toolkit. $550. So those who are listening, if you really think you want this information, reach out to me. I'll send it to you. You can purchase yourself a copy. So you just reach out on my number. I think I had Tomolad my number. Did you hear it?
Yeah, I've gotten it, but I've got one more thing before. And then, Rev, I feel you're too much loaded. You've got a lot. You're too much loaded, but I feel you don't have. You're not.
I don't have time.
The platform.
Oh, platform.
You are too much loaded to be keeping such things to yourself. I don't know, but I feel that you're not.
I agree.
The platforms are not enough.
I agree,
sir. For the young people to tap into that.
No, we're working on that, Chief.
Yeah, so I had to mention that.
No, to make sure teach that flood.
No, very like for energy.
Aye, nigga. If I'm vegan.
Wow, I didn't chan, boy.
Okay. Nice encouragement from Howard. We'll take the last call and call it an evening. So anybody else that's listening in and you want to come through, do the needful. No, run those numbers. I think I'll give the 7 principles as a closing part away.
You should.
Yeah. So please. To man coin. All right, there you are. Hello.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Brilliant. How's your evening?
Now we are cooking.
Nice. Who are we speaking to?
Lauren.
Lauren, please go ahead with your question or your comment.
Okay, thank you so much. I think I'm just a simple one. I'm just in the late 30s. And I think that's a very good topic. Because truth be told, I'm not the people that I'm working with. They are some are very old.
Yeah.
And, you can see the panic from them. Huh?
Yeah.
And our industry, I'm a by profession. It's very hectic, dealing with children.
Yeah.
Here is someone who is old, for lack of a better term. And now children start enjoying them as grandfathers and all that. So even the respect. But you find that here's a big man who is trying to, just trying to push Mark. I mean, it's hard. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about.
It is.
I'm sure you know what I'm talking about.
It's very painful.
The big man who was commenting to say you have that information, you have loaded. I don't know, maybe at one point we need to maybe call for maybe men's conference like Dr. Mjajati, so that we are there, we pay something. We get that information. We need that information, I can assure you. We need that information.
Yeah.
We really need that information. So if we, and the other front of which you find that there are a lot of radio stations, so it's very difficult for also some of us to listen to such interesting topic like this one.
Yes.
So if we can maybe do a massive advertisement, we really need this information. I can assure you that our children at the end of the day will just suffer when we can get help from such people like you.
Indeed, I agree with you. No, thank you so much for your input, huh?
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Alrighty, so those were a few callers just today. We just said let's let in a few of those calls, and for sure the feedback is absolutely phenomenal. So for those of you who are listening in, if you're interested, take your pen and paper. My number is 0977117629. I've said it several times, so you can reach out to me about the course. I do have this course. The book itself is only 100 kwacha in soft copy. You can get the same 7 principles for financial prosperity. You can get it in soft copy, and it's loaded. But if you want the actual course, 6 hours long, broken into 4 parts, with a workbook, with the book itself, and the financial toolkit. If you want all those items for 550, that's the price. You can reach out to me, and I will guide you, send you to a link where you can actually go ahead and purchase. And it's an automated link, so you can pay by card, you can pay by mobile money. It's all there. Now, let me close by doing the 7 principles. It's been forever. When I started this show 10 years ago, that was what I came inside with. I started with the 7 principles for financial prosperity. Very, very rich content. So the 7 principles are very simple but very profound, and I'll run through them real quick as we close. 1, save 1/10 of your income. So the whole idea is that keep back a portion of your money as a savings. Okay? Martins Mushimba, I see you. I will certainly message you later on, and I can give you the details of how to get the package. So like I was saying, the first principle is save 1/10 of your income. Whatever you make, save back an amount. And the idea behind savings isn't just for the sake of savings because of inflation. Inflation eats all the money. So there's a lot more to the idea of savings. But that's it. Number 2, what was number 2? You see, this is how long ago these things are. I've even forgotten what number 2 is, but it's about controlling your expenses. That's it. So number 2, control your expenses. Seal all the leaks. So find out where your money is being wasted and reduce on those. But even as you do so, number 4 is very powerful. I'll come to that. So number 2 is control your expenses. Look at what is very wasteful and control that. That's extremely important. And number 3 is multiply your savings, because inflation eats your money. We know that for a fact. You want to make sure you're multiplying those savings. So right now there are a number of investment vehicles that you can use for that. But even more importantly, getting into business for yourself will help you to really multiply the savings. Number 4, invest wisely. I love that particular saying. So investing wisely is the concept and idea of learning to heed advice from those who are wise, those who are well learned. So consult widely and get an idea of how best to invest in relation to your situation. Because a lot of people are in different situations. No. There are those who work in jobs. There are those who do business. There are different scenarios. So you want to kind of get an understanding of where people are sitting when it comes to that. So in investing, again, like I say, there are very powerful vehicles for investment. There are multiple vehicles. So you need to be very sure about the kind of return you're looking for. And remember, the most powerful investments are long-term, never short-term. Number 5, accumulate assets. This one I can't even begin to explain. What are assets? I am not talking about I've bought land. No, I'm talking about income generating assets, because the number one challenge for retirees is lack of cash flow. I'll say that again. The number one challenge of retirees is lack of cash flow. You may have all the plots in the world, but if you've got no cash to carry you through from day to day, you end up liquidating everything. Remember, no, and those listening, I told you that most people end up spending what? 20 years before they die. So if you die at 55, you die at 75. That's a long time. 20 years is a long time. That's the time it takes to raise a child from zero to university. Think about it. It's a lot of years. Oh, yes. So for a lot of people, my experience has been that because they don't have a proper plan, they run out of cash for daily living. So daily living money is more important than your plots. So that's why we tell people, make sure you accumulate income generating assets. These will be a lifesaver for you, because then you will have money to feed you from day 1 to day 30. So that's number 5, accumulate assets. Number 6, ensure a future income. That's another big one. We will retire one day. We will no longer have the same energy. We will no longer have the same strength to do what we were doing now. So what the plan and the question is, what will you do for cash in the future? So there are a number of platforms, a number of vehicles available for you to invest in that will carry you through in your retirement. I can tell you, for many people, the lack of a future income has been their death. That's why they die early. And that's why I come back to number 5, accumulate assets. What kind? Income generating assets. Thank God for the plots. Thank God for the houses. But if these things are not, especially your house which you live in, but if this thing is not giving you money, then it's a liability. And many times for most people, that becomes too problematic and they end up selling these properties. I know people who started off with 10, 12 different plots. They had properties all over. But by the time they're done with their retirement and they're dying, subdivide and sell, subdivide and sell, subdivide and sell. You know why they're subdividing and selling? Because they're needing cash flow. They're not dying, they're still alive. And probably they find one of their children had a child out of wedlock, so now they have to take the responsibility of that child. And then they find this, and then they find that. And then they realize that they still have to spend the same money. And of course, if they want to maintain the same level of life that they maintained in their working days, then that means even though the 25,000 kwacha has stopped coming as a salary, you must sustain your life at 25,000 kwacha a month. Factor in inflation, which keeps increasing the amount you need every month, and you pretty quickly discover that you're heading towards destitution. And then number 7, this is the closing one, very powerful. Create multiple streams of income. So do not rely on one income alone. This way, it helps you quickly build your strategy for retirement. This helps you quickly build your fallback plan for cash flow. I have one uncle of mine I admire immensely. That man lives very comfortably. He's got powerful investments. Just one of his investments, he earns over 1 million kwacha in dividends off CEC. Just one of several. CEC, because he's one of the key shareholders, he earns over 1 million kwacha in bonuses and dividends yearly. So imagine that 1 million kwacha. He's also got government bonds he's invested in. He gets very good money off those. He's got crypto. And then he's got a school which he was running. Then he decided to put it on lease. It was taken by one of the most powerful private schools in Zambia. So they've gone on a 10-year lease. They just pay him for that. So he's in a very comfortable place. My uncle, he doesn't have money issues. I can tell you that. My uncle is the kind of man I can go to and say, Uncle, I can't mention his name. Uncle, I need to borrow 5 pin. I need to borrow 10 pin. I need to borrow 20 pin. I need to borrow 30. You just ask me, when are you paying it back? I'll give you installments or whatever. And he would do. He would say, okay, give me 2 weeks. I just need to cash one of my vehicles. So he just cashes one of his vehicles. Investment vehicles. And he gives you the money. I want to be at that level where he is. That's how I want to retire. He's retired now. He's chilled. He's cool. There's no way he can't go. There's nothing he can't afford. He just lives a simple life, but he's very wealthy. So for me, that's the level. Creating multiple streams of income gives you the opportunity to retire that way. And you know what? Do you not, when you're that wealthy, no, everybody respects you. You heard people talking about, I've seen how people are suffering. They suffer because they have no money.
True.
When you have money, all your children are your best friend because they want to make sure they're not missed from the wheel. But my point is that you have a very good life because you have options, you have choice. Money gives you options, money gives you choices. You see, when you are poor, there are no options, there are no choices. You
just have to make do.
You know what I mean? And then they just take you wherever they want to take you. I think I'm going to farm. Who said I like the farm? Because just supervising ngombe. You have never done ngombe in my life. So the best way to avoid that vatate kankai ni farm is just to make sure you have money. So that even they know, they will all treat you nice because they know you have money. They know you have the power. There's one wonderful lady, God bless her. I can't mention her name. She was extremely wealthy when she retired. You know, she made good investments. She was a very investment-rich woman. That woman retired, and her retirement was powerful. She used to move around in a VX. She wasn't even a government officer. She was just a wealthy, clever businesswoman. She used to move in a VX with a driver to take her anywhere she wants to go. So she would just, from her farm, she would come to town. The driver would have to wait for her, chauffeur driven, and she would move wherever she wants. If she goes to ShopRite, she just sits in the car. Driver goes to buy all the things. So she just used to move around. And church programs, she would go for a church program. She was a very serious, bloused, traditional Christian. Very wonderful lady. So she was bloused, you know what I mean? They used to wear those outfits of theirs. But very wealthy. Now VX, they'll buy VX, buy Mercedes S500, they nangu buy Prado. Siwazienza, buy a driver. That's living. That's how I'm going to retire. Not this thing where they say, yeah, Nichani. When your call comes at Nichani.
Everyone knows it's the problem.
Nichani. No, it should be the other way. When you call, people even return your calls fast. Because they realize, hey, this is a powerful person. Anyway, on that note, I want to thank you guys. I hope you took those notes down. Martins Mushimba and everybody else, I will be sharing the details of how you can get a hold of that course, whether it's the book or the course. Course is $550, the book is $100. You can get them. So if you didn't hear, message me and I'll be happily able to share that with you. On that note, until next week, back to Nono. Cheerio.
Thank you, Rev. There you have it. That's it for today's episode.